Also, the time before I left for school, I had started being signed on by Lucas of Ogopa.
Whoa, what? Hold on. How can you linger that story for so long?
Because there's so
too
many
much has happened in
stories in
Kambua's
my
life. I
head.
love it. Okay, let's talk. That's crazy.
Yeah.
How did you even meet?
So Lucas of Ogopa, again, I'm like, how did I meet Lucas? I don't remember how I met Lucas, but I do remember Lucas saying, I want to work with you. I was doing jingles. Yeah.
You were making money off your voice.
Yes, I was making money off my voice. I was doing jingles. I was introduced to jingles by Jonah at Bruce Odhiambo's studio at Johari Club.
Yes.
So we started doing jingles, Coca-Cola, CG what. Then I was called for jingles at Ogopa, and I did
Sunlight.
Yes. And then so I met Lucas, and he said, I want to work with you. He had a producer called Masha. Masha wrote 2 songs for me. We recorded them. Those tracks were fire. I was sure this was like...
Because Ogopa were hot at that time.
They were, and they really knew the sound. They had that sound that was, that would just get you, yeah? So we recorded them. We shot a video for one of those songs. And I was sure this video, because...
And it's gospel?
Yes, it was gospel. It was gospel.
Man.
So we shot this video, and I knew this is going to be it for Kambua. And just when we had shot the video, and we were now strategizing, okay, what do we do? What's the plan? I came and I told Lucas, I'm going to Canada. And he's like,
Chile, what are you doing?
Okay, okay. So, and that was it. That
video, he's still got it till today.
If he has it, I should probably ask him.
You know, everybody who comes to the Playhouse, everybody has all talked about Lucas.
Yeah.
Lucas, tafadhali, just come to the Playhouse and give us Kambua's video.
You should have
video
Lucas
number 2.
on the Playhouse.
He's like you. He doesn't like to be seen on camera, but thank you. But it will happen.
Yes.
So let me get what it is that you're saying, because you've just said something that I've never known about you. First of all, we're going to talk about the jingles, because for me, it's very important to talk about your gift making you money, because the industry is hard. And if you're not making that revenue, it can really discourage people and make people shift, especially in gospel and the battle between money and calling. But what you're telling me is that one of the biggest record labels in this country literally had signed you.
Yeah.
And you had to the point where you had done a video with them.
Yes.
But then when it was time to release, ulienda majuu.
Nikaenda. Na hiyo dream ikaisha tu hivyo.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was those things that kept confirming to me that there's something. There's there's favor, and there's something I need to pay attention to that I have.
Everybody's seen it.
Yes.
Everybody seems to see this thing that you have.
Yes.
Let me say, it's not, by the time Lucas is signing you and doing that, Kambua, you definitely have something. So that song wasn't, the Lucas song wasn't on Nishikilia.
No, it wasn't.
So
Nishikilia is finished.
Yes.
Can we go to album number 2?
Yes, now we can go. I feel hold on, no. Has Groove Awards come in at this time? Because I remember seeing you perform Nishikilie at Groove Awards.
Yes, I actually won Groove Female Artist of the Year as a result, because Nishikilie was so big that year, And the thing about Nishikilie...
You're not in the country and you're winning awards.
That's the thing. I was like...
Best Female Artist.
I was like, okay, let's do
2008.
Yeah.
Best Female Artist of 2008.
Yes. And... the thing about Groove is a what do you call it? Popularity award.
Yes.
So in a sense, I love Groove and I love Kev, but I sometimes would feel like people get disgruntled because sisi ndio tumekuwa hapa. Nani na ametoka wapi? You know what I mean? So I felt like there was a little bit of that going on, and it didn't give me a really good vibe. So but it made me feel like, okay, thank you God for the trophies, for the awards, the accolades. I also got, after that, I got Kisima Awards. So there was good things happening.
Best Afrofusion female.
Yes. So it was good. There were good confirmations, but I was like, my attention, I don't want to get hung up on that. I don't want to be defined by the Groove Award or the Kisima or the whatever. I feel like I'm still so far from where I want to be. I had told you that I'd tell you what happened with Angelique Kidjo.
Yes.
When I was in Calgary, I heard that Angelique was coming to Calgary. Now, I happened to, those days we were on MySpace. Did you have a page on MySpace?
Hey, Kambua, you're digital savvy. Good job. Very few Kenyan artists have been on MySpace.
Yeah.
But I was on MySpace, of course.
MySpace was brilliant.
MySpace was the Facebook of then.
Exactly. And musicians, you connected with musicians from everywhere. One of the musicians I had connected with, his name is the late Habib Faye. Habib was Angelique Kidjo's bass player. He's from Cameroon. He was from Cameroon. So I had connected with him. He was my musician friend in that network of people. So I heard Angelique is coming, and I hit him up. I'm like, you guys are coming to Calgary? He's like, yeah, we're coming. Are you coming to watch us? I said, I mean, yeah, I'd love to. He's like, here's 2 tickets for you.
What?
I mean, I'm a college kid, so yeah, give me free tickets, thanks. So I called a friend of mine. I was like, hey, do you want to go for this gig? He's like, okay, I don't even know who that is, but like, yeah, she's the biggest. So we go for Angelique's gig. We're like a VIP. It was fantastic. So because we are VIP, we are right at the front. Now I had like literally drowned myself in Angelique Kidjo's music. I knew it. It didn't matter which one she's going to start. I hear the beat, I'll sing it. I don't understand the language, but I knew the words. So one of her songs starts to play, and I'm there, of course, I'm singing, and she points the microphone at me, and then she was like, come on. And I jumped on, say, Esther, I didn't think twice for Ati. Ati, who is
This
me?
this time, no, you're over.
Yeah, over it. I jumped on stage. There was a friend of mine who was at the gig. She's like, how near to Nyuma? She was on stage. I have photos that I still treasure of that moment. So we did this song with Angelique, and I remember her going like, are you kidding me? Like, you know the lyrics to all my songs.
What?
So we did that. I did that, and it just, I kept thinking, this is the space that I want to be in. So anyway, we were back with Groove Awards has happened and everything.
So you have, let me say this, you must have been feeling very boxed by the fame that Nishikilia put you in.
Yeah.
Because it's saying this is the kind of music we want from you.
Yes. And it's very hard to explain that to people, especially people who are not artists. They're like, shida ni gani? Do watu wengine kama hiyo, you know. So, enter Nyumbani, I decided I wanted to be more present in the creative process. I didn't want to just write me a song, I'll sing it. I wanted to, if you're writing, let's write together. Let me tell you what I want to express. Let me tell you, I don't like this sound. Can we do this? I used to think, again, because of the fear that I had before and just being such a timid person, I thought I should never tell you I don't like something. If you write for me something, Esther, even if I don't like it, I won't say. And then the disadvantage of that was that song would play on radio, and I'm like, you know, yeah, they're playing that. They skip that one. They play Nini. So I now wanted that whatever goes out will be, I'm 100%.
It's you. You feel like
proud
it's you.
of it. It's me. It's reflective of who I am. So now, the people. This album had a lot of songs. It had 14 tracks. So I co-wrote a lot with Mbuvi on that album. I co-wrote a lot with John Auzele on that album. I still worked with him a lot. Bosire produced a lot of that album for me. Some songs, now I'm also started to get confidence in, hey, I can write. I need some help, but I can write.
And also, let me say, you produced it, just not the way people think.
Yes.
Because producing is not playing the instruments. It is deciding the direction of the song. No, I want the bridge to come, make it a bit high. That is part of the production process. Yeah.
So the title track of that album, Nyumbani, was written by Jonah, and I loved it. It's actually a song that we played during my dad's farewell, Nyumbani. He loved that song, and it made complete sense that where God is where our home is.
What was the thoughts behind Nyumbani, and why Nyumbani? Because it's the title track.
It's the title track.
And it's also the album. I mean, it's what the album's called.
Yeah. So this song was 100% John. It wasn't even a T. I felt I should write a song. No. This was completely John. He said, I have a song that I'd like, and I listened to it, and it resonated.
He got where you are.
Yeah. So it was an album with many songs that I liked, and we put it out, and on that album people loved Nyumbani. There was a reggae song that I did called Nisikie. I wrote that one.
That's my favorite
Kambua song.
That's your jam. That's my favorite. I called out to Mavuno and I said, Mavuno have said you sing this song.
Yeah, you did.
It wasn't Mavuno, it was me.
So I did Nisikie, and that was one of the tracks which I wrote from top to end, which, as I was discovering. Okay,
and it's reggae.
And it's reggae.
It's reggae, and I like what you said back in the day, your dad in reggae.
The influence, yes.
Okay. So what's the second video that you shoot? Because now you've only shot Nishikilie.
Nyumbani was the second video that I shot.
Uh-huh.
Tokapo mimi sitarudi nyuma, mahali niendapo mimi sitaki kurudi nyuma, mahali nitwapo mimi sitaona nyuma, mahali Yesu yupo, hata mimi nitakuwepo. Hakuna kilio, hakuna giza, Yesu ndiye mwanga. Huko ndiko nyumbani, hakuna magonjwa wala mauti, Yesu daktari. Huko ndiko nyumbani, hakuna ubishi wala wizi, sote tu watakatifu wake, na Yesu ndiye mwanga. Kwa Yesu, kwa Yesu, huko ndiko nyumbani.
And then I did that album had
quite a lot of videos.
It had a lot of videos, yes. I'm trying to remember.
There's the song that you did in Cow.
Kivevelo.
Yes. That was a big song.
It was a big song.
Yeah, and it was you now experimenting with this different sounds.
That was completely experimental because guys were like, Kambua,
Yes.
Movie, yes, we can see it. Kambua, I'm not so sure. But I loved it. I'm like...
Was that the first one that you were doing in your mother tongue?
I had done a Kamba song in my first album called Tandia Wanda. I did that with Gidi. The thing though with that song was, any Kamba who listened to it was like, Kamba, sijui. So I knew I needed to work on my Kikamba. So no, it wasn't the first one, but it was the first like authentic cow.
Yeah.
You mwanyembu binae mondo wawia satanye yukijanye na kitaokea kiwila ngungu na mwana mwobosya usawa wakwa watwika wako ya etune ai no manaiba palo chakonda koke yutwi kibebelo cha Yesu ni chukiletwe kibebelo cha Yesu ni chukiletwe kibebelo cha Yesu ni chukiletwe anasa moikake Yehova engalela tuwe kibebelo cha Yesu ni chukiletwe kibebelo cha Yesu ni chukiletwe kiolokite kibebelo cha Yesu ni chukiletwe anasa moikake Yehova engalela tuwe kibebelo komo na tangwe koide ni nyoka bayange nange ndabya obowo ndemuma naye kwitene kanati awo mwetu
Nyamwetu Kambua ona ndienda okia kwanana nondo nese numete kuwasa ndina chakwiyone andoko mwinea mweyai masi ya musumbe wa sumbe onde
mbona ya nduwe obowo kibebelo cha Yesu echukilitwe kibebelo cha Yesu.
So we did, it was a fun project. Yeah, that was the second album.
Okay. No.
Nyumbani.
Let's. I want to spend time a bit on the second album.
Okay.
So, Baba Namba, you wrote that song.
Yes.
I'm being selfish here.
Okay.
So, why? Tell us what was going through for you to write that song.
So this song,
I feel like that's such a huge song and still has the potential to be so huge.
Yeah.
It's a great video, great message, great singing, great production. Yeah.
So this song, was it produced by Bosire or by Saint P? Sometimes my memory fails me. But I remember wanting to write a prayer to God, but I didn't want it to be. Usually, when we think of writing a prayer, we think of very somber, very deeply reflective. I thought, but sometimes I'm just chilling and I'm just doing my random things, and I start to talk to God, and that's what I wanted the feeling to be. For it's at a time like now, I'm talking to Esther, and I started to think of, hey, God, I need you to come through for me for this. So I started to sing the song, the chorus of this song, and we got into studio and created the track for it, the build from the chorus.
And you said you wanted reggae.
And I said I wanted reggae because I love reggae. And yeah, and then I was able to put in the other artist who influenced me heavily on the reggae sound is Chevelle Franklin.
Yes.
So I was happy to find Chevelle because I was like, I finally found a gospel artist. So I'm not now being inspired by Lucky Dube.
it's
now,
closer to Jesus.
Yeah, we're now getting kingdom music. Hallelujah. And I love Chevelle. Her singing, she sings so effortlessly. So I was listening to a lot of her, and I thought, yeah, I can translate this feeling into my language, into Kiswahili, but also into Kambua. So you're not listening and thinking, oh, this sounds like a Chevelle. I didn't want that. I wanted, yes, they're influencing me, but it's not that when you hear me, you don't hear them. You hear Kambua and you appreciate Kambua.
Yeah. Any collabos in this second album, minus the song with Mbuvi?
Minus Kivevelo. I feel like I need to look at the...
Umenitembea, Mwema, not on this one.
No.
Bado no, those are after. Those are much later.
Those are much later.
Okay.
I think they were mostly...
Watu wote?
No, that was me.
Just you?
And we did a video for that. That was
Yes.
just me, yeah.
Watu wote Azeni sauti
Mwimbieni Bwana wimbo mpya enyi watu wote. Mwimbieni Bwana nchi zote kwani astahili. Mwimbieni Bwana viumbe vyote pazeni sauti. Mwimbieni Bwana yeye ni mkuu. Watu wote paza sauti sifu Bwana. Viumbe vyote sifuni Bwana astahili. Kwa vipi na kwa shangwe vigelegele sifu Bwana. Kwa vipi na kwa shangwe vigelegele sifu Bwana.
So, but what do you mean just you? It's
Like,
not on an
I
album?
didn't collabo. It
No,
was on the second
no.
album.
Yeah. No, okay. Like, why did you do that for the second song? I mean, why did you shoot? You
What
see,
Water was written by Mbuvi.
I feel like at this point you were experimenting with your African
Yes.
sound.
Yes.
You're trying to
and I was
figure out.
loving it.
Yeah.
And also a sound that was, it's a church sound also. So it has a feeling of pop, but it's pop, but it's church. It's like
Yeah.
a praise song. What Water is a praise song. And, you know, I'd go minister at churches. People loved this particular track, What Water, because it got you dancing, it got you, you know, praising God and letting loose. That was a fun project. I remember shooting the video. It was the first time I had like many dancers on a video, you know. And so those were fun projects, and I felt like they're starting to be more in that space that I love.
And now, what about the coming and now being? This is now your experience of the industry, because a lot of your first album you are literally not there.
Yeah.
So now you've won the award. You're working on this second album, and you've put it out, and now your job is being a musician.
Yeah.
Or did you have anything on the side?
No, that's really what I was doing.
So it was.
Yeah.
You jumped all in.
Yeah.
In Kenya.
Yeah.
You get this album. What did your parents say? How was?
My parents, you know, from that time when they told me go to school, we're behind you, they never backed down. They were
Nice.
always my biggest fans. My parents, my family know all my songs word for word. If I ever performed somewhere where they were the first ones on their feet, singing, dancing. So they believed in what I was doing and they loved it. And always it gave me that motivation to keep going. I remember Nyumbani is also the album that we would kesha in studios, you know. Like it was really just a labor of love getting that project out. I sometimes got the sense that people are still trying to pull me back to give us a nishikilie. I'm like, no, just let's work together, okay? So it was a project which Kambua loved. Maybe Kambua loved more than the people loved, and I was okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm building something, I'm going somewhere. Just if you stay with me, I think it will make sense eventually.
And I know where I'm going, but I'm not sure how I'll get there. But
Yes.
I know I'll get there.
I know I'll get there.
Okay, let me ask about the brand now coming, because you're telling me about how are you getting called for all these different endorsements, things that you're doing.
The jingles and stuff.
The jingle. And beyond even just jingles, do other brand elements enter? Are you now being called as a brand ambassador, whatever it may be?
So I was now, at this point, I wasn't yet endorsing brands. I was mostly doing jingles. I was doing voiceovers as well. I remember doing with Homeboys, I was on contract for a phone company, you know, the voice that when you call you hear. So I did that for that call company for about 2 years. And again, it was that space where my voice is making me money that is helping me do
all these other things. But then even now the music is beginning to make you money.
The music is also beginning to make me money. And also just, I can't underrate how much favor God poured on my music, because I remember, if I can take you back to Nisikie, because I did a video for Nisikie, which I really love.
With Sakata Media.
It's Sakata
who were
Media.
the hottest at the time.
They really were. And this is what happened. I went to Kina SK Blue to see what they were doing, see their studio and blah, blah, blah. And they get to hear some of my music. So they got to listen to some of my music, and SK Blue particularly liked this song.
And SK Blue likes reggae.
He does, yes. So he tells me, come out to fanya hii song, to shoot hii video. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But at the back of my head, I'm like, these are the hottest guys right now. Their budget is probably from here to sijui where. But it's fine, wacha tu nijiamini for now. So he says, I want to shoot this video. Then he says, actually, Sakata wants to do this video for you. We just want you to come. You just bring yourself.
What?
And I remember going home thinking, like, not a cent, not a shilling. Okay, I can bring myself, you know. And
with makeup.
They provided the makeup
No,
artist.
yeah, no,
they gave me with make, not like where. I see the shade that you are throwing.
I'm joking.
So we did Nisikia, and it was such a fun project, and they gave it 100%. And so even the feel of the videos was starting to change, you know. We're moving from, you know, we did Nishikilia, which that video is still so close to my heart, but Nishikilia, like I did my own makeup. We didn't know that I'm makeup artists, you know. I dressed myself. So now you're coming to a place where people are dressing you.
You just come.
Makeup is being done for you. I'm like, wow, okay, this is different. So the artistry was opening up in very many ways.
Okay.
But yes, I was doing a lot of those. I hadn't started doing brand endorsements. I was being called to do covers for magazines. So I was on the cover of True Love, on the cover of African Woman, I was on the cover of
So your brand was growing?
Yes, my brand was growing.
Okay.
The visibility was going somewhere.
Okay, let me ask, because you've mentioned Sakata. Sakata then did the next hottest song that became the next biggest song in the country. In fact, across the board, not just the country, even crossed over. That again had you, and which was, I want to sort of move into collab. We'll play around, we'll move everywhere. But we cannot not talk about Saluti.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, first of all, your Kambua's second album is also available. Click on the link below. Nyumbani. Get that. There's so see the different song samples. Buy one song, buy the full album.
Yeah.
So let's talk about now this Saluti.
Yes. So Saluti, here is Daddy Owen. Now, who introduced me to Daddy Owen years ago? Like before I even